No.
Come on. Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Why not?
Hey guys,
No.
enter for your chance to win this Gtech
I'm
Pro.
actually recording.
No.
Hey guys, enter for your chance to win this Gtech Pro.
No. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Import Modify. On this episode, we're going to be ripping into the Z31 and upgrading the turbo and cleaning up a couple things like the vacuum lines, and I'm still undecided whether or not I'm going to be adding an intercooler, so that's yet to be seen. But on the car here, I have a T3 T4 turbo that I'm going to be upgrading it with. Now this is a max speeding rod budget turbo. We're going to be replacing the OEM unit with this one, and the wastegate on this is set for 8 psi. Now my main complaint on this car here is the stock turbo on the boost gauge. It hardly boosts at all. It boosts up to, if I'm lucky, 3 psi, and that's the whole reason I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade it and just give me a chance to go through everything. I do have some broken exhaust studs and whatnot. It's gonna give me a chance to replace gaskets, replace the studs, and clean up the engine bay and just get everything working right. And for the upgraded turbo here, I got this Apexy SAFC2, and I got to thank Eric for that. Eric's over here. He's my shop mate.
Hi.
Eric, he's been with us for a couple months. I know a lot of you guys haven't seen Eric because he's always gone. He's busy working. This is his drag car that he's building right now, and what he's doing is just modifying the front end, like basically a radiator stay customized so he can run his custom setup. And he actually messed up whenever he made it before because he put the bracket on the outside where the headlight goes, so he's kind of fixing what he messed up. But cool deal. This is Eric. This is his son.
Hi.
He hardly wants to say anything on the camera. But anyway, for you guys new to the channel, I'm doing a giveaway. And that giveaway is for a Gtech Performance Meter Pro. And here it is right there. Now, to win this thing, you got to do two things. You have to be, one, a subscriber, and you're going to have to enter a keyword that I'm going to give you at the end of the episode in the comment section below, and that'll enter you for a chance to win this thing. Now, if you watch my last episode and you entered the keyword for that episode to win it, you can go ahead and enter the new keyword, and that'll give you, you know, more chances to win it. I'm not going to stop anybody from just entering multiple times. That's okay with me. If you want to enter more than once, go for it. The greater the chances of you winning this thing. And it's pretty cool. The way it works is it just sits right there up on the dash, and it plugs into your cigarette lighter, and you have to, you know, enter a couple things before you go ahead and take your measurement. But it's got the instruction manual and everything included in the box, and it's a pretty good tool for measuring gains and whatnot. Now, the weather, it started getting really bad. I was going to go ahead and mount it and take it for a spin and show you guys exactly how it works. I did it just a little while ago to familiarize myself with it. I didn't film it, but then it started pouring down rain, and now the streets aren't good for me to go out there and do it again. I'm not going to do it. But in the condition and the state that the car is in, it made 161 horsepower, and I believe that to be pretty accurate because of the lack of boost and whatnot and the way it's all running. So after I'm done with all the modifications, hopefully I'll be able to be around 260 to 280 horsepower. And at that time when it's done, I'll go ahead and mount up the Gtech and show you guys how it works. and we'll make a rip and see what the gains are from 161. And then after that episode is over, we'll do the giveaway on the Gtech Pro from everybody who entered. And every episode until I give it away, I'll be giving out a keyword, and y'all enter that keyword in the comments below, and we'll do a drawing, and then the lucky winner will receive the Gtech Pro. Cool deal. Well, I'm gonna go ahead now and get things started, and we're gonna get the hood off and start ripping into this bad boy. Alright guys, so I successfully pulled the exhaust stud out of the front of the head. There was a broken one in the rear of the head, and I was trying to do it from the top, not noticing I had clearance, better clearance from the bottom. And the broken stud was rounded, so it was very hard for me to center the drill bit on it. And long story short, I thought I had it centered on the stud, and I had it on the side of the stud, and I drilled into the head and the bolt, and I tried to correct my mess up, and I screwed it up, and I ended up wallering out the damn journal for the exhaust stud, and I can't do anything with it. I tried to put a helicoil in it and everything, and it's just too off-centered the way I drilled it, and I just kind of messed it up. So I have well, they have some used engines over there at the pull apart for earlier Z's, so I'm gonna go source out a head, and it's just gonna give me the opportunity to go ahead and do the head gaskets and everything. I have a full engine kit right there, so I'm just gonna pull these out, take care of that and replace that head with a used one and just go through it with new seals and whatnot. So just an update. Shit happens, man. What do you do? So let's go ahead and pull these heads. Well, we got the heads off now, and this is the whole reason why I did what I did. Right there, I put that helicoil in, but as you can tell right there, I wallered it out right there on the upper right hand corner, and it's just not going to grab very well. So I want this thing to be nice and solid when I put it back together, and I just don't like doing stuff like that. So I'm going to go to the pull apart place tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and grab a set of heads off of NA, and then we will make it all work, and I'll put some heads back on that thing, and then after that we'll get to putting it all back together. But it also gives me a chance to, you know, go through and actually look at the cylinders, and the pistons and everything look great. Cylinder walls look great. Give me a chance to clean it all up, and trying to make a positive out of a negative, but it is what it is, man. It's a project. So all right, I'm gonna grab those heads tomorrow, and then we'll get back to putting it together. Alright guys, so we're over here at the pull apart place. We're going to go ahead and locate the Z31s, get some heads, and then we'll get back to the shop and start reassembling it. There's a Z31 right there, and we got all this overgrown weeds and whatnot around everything, so that's going to make life a little difficult. It's nice and wet out here too, so I got to be careful where I step. Got some good kicks on. So anyway, I think the one that I'm looking for is down there, so let's head over there. Well, there it is in all its glory. We got heads, and this I believe is the older gen, hopefully. Let's check. Oh, I can't even get in there, damn it. I can see the date maybe. 787. Oh shit, that's a W engine. Well, damn. All right, let's go ahead and go further down and see if we can locate another one. Well, I located an 84, but the problem is no engine. And talking to the previous owner, I believe this is the car that he pulled the engine out of, because this is an 84 turbo model, and he told me that he sent it to the salvage yard, so I believe that this is the car that the donor engine came out of. So I need to go back, check the date on the other car, see if it's a W type engine or not on the maroon one, and hopefully we can get somewhere, because this is it. This is all there is for Z31s here. Alright guys, at least this trip wasn't a complete bust. I got me a throttle cable, which this one is in really good shape. Mine was in pretty bad shape, and I broke the plastic piece right here that goes through the bulkhead, so this one is all intact and is good. The latch sticks on the rear hatch for releasing it, so this one was working fine whenever I operated it in the car. So I went ahead and grabbed that. I'm gonna blast it, clean it up, and then swap it into mine. I found a gauge bracket, and I ordered a wideband, so I'm just gonna go ahead and utilize this to hold my wideband gauge. And I got a multifunction switch right here because my car came with the integrated controls in the steering wheel, and this one is just the standard one, and it has the horn tab right here for the slip ring, and I got the interior trim that goes over it, and I also cut the harness connectors that I needed because a lot of mine were broken. So we got all that, so at least this trip wasn't a bust. There's one more place I want to check out. I think they'll have the head I need, but I'm gonna go ahead and pay for these and be on my way. Well, would you look at there at that? An 84 NA, and it's got the heads and everything intact, so I got a lot of work cut out for me. I'm gonna go ahead and rip that head off and then get back to the shop. So about 2.5 hours later, it took to get that head off, but I was able to do it. looking at the color of the passenger side head, looks like it got really hot, so I'm not going to take that head. Here's the driver's side. See how clean the rockers are? That's the one I need, so we're good on that. And what I researched on these heads, there's no difference between a turbo and an NA head, so I'm gonna go ahead and redo this head, and then we should be good to go to start putting things back together. So I'm gonna go ahead now, gather all my stuff up, and go get this paid for. Oh my goodness, look at all that. Yeah, that's right. I used to race and actually won a championship, an amateur championship up north in Utah, racing super sport. That's the 600cc race bikes. So just a little piece of my history to you. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode, guys. As y'all can tell, I was very busy on this episode. I haven't pulled parts in the beating sun like that in quite some time, and I am freaking wore out. I am sunburnt, I'm tired. I'm gonna take a shower, Netflix, chill, and pass out. So Gtech Pro, we're gonna be giving that bad boy away real soon. So keyword for this episode is #pro. #pro in the comments section below, and that'll enter you in for a chance to win that Gtech. Next episode, we're going to be getting things put back together, and I'm going to try to get this thing put back together as soon as I can. It's just that, you know, unforeseen things happen, just like on this episode, and I'm kind of anal about things. And that helical, I know if I would have tightened it down on the exhaust, it would have just pulled the threads, and that's a no-go for me. So I want everything to be efficient on the car, and I want it to all work right in the end. So that's just how I am. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. So hit the thumbs up if you like the content. Hit the notification bell if you are a subscriber so you can get future notifications of my uploads. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. See y'all on the next episode.